What is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning into another video. So today I will be doing another top 5 plugins similar to Waves VST'S video. I'll be running through my top 5 favorite plugins that I really enjoy using either hand in hand with Waves or as complete replacements. They're going to be different stuff we're going to run through. So we've got something for summing, we've got some tape saturation, we've got some pull textile EQ, we've got some S1 style imaging, stereo width, and then we've got some compression. So stick around for that, man. I've got cool examples as well, so you can get an idea of what is going on. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first thing we have is the bus color 4, which is by Air Windows. Now this is, in my opinion, much better than the Waves NLS plugin. NLS is non-linear summing, and basically what that means is it is adding non-linearity to your signal, similar to what would happen if you were to lay every one of your tracks out on a 48 channel mixer, for example, on an SSL style console. Every channel will be slightly different because of the vast amount of electronics going on within the signal. So that's what makes analog so interesting, is if you were to split, for example, a piano onto tracks 3 and 4, 3 would sound different to 4, so it would make the piano sound a bit odd. But we really like that sound. We like those differences in sound, basically. So we've got this bus color 4 here by Air Windows, and this is by a guy named Chris, who develops these plugins free of charge. So if you can support him in any way, definitely drop $1 or 2 on his PayPal. You will find the links to all of these plugins in the description. Run through his website. He just has a mad amount of plugins that he's made, and I use them all the time. So okay, so here we have bus color 4, and as you can see right here, man, the moment we put this plugin on, it does something to the signal. We get a bit of a signal loss, but we also get this kind of cool curve that is added to our signal, right? So if nothing was happening within the plugin, that pink line would be completely flat, but we can see that each different setting has a different style of analog emulation kind of going on, different characteristic per se. So definitely try these out on vocals and drums, and we'll run through some drums right now. I just really wanted to show you how cool kind of Chris's algorithms are. So generally what I do with this piece of software is I like to drive it hard and then turn the output down, and that way I get more of kind of the analog grit per se. As you can see, something strange happens to the signal, and then you can always blend it in wet and dry, for example. So completely dry means no analog signal added, and completely wet means analog signal added. So let's listen to some drums, and then we can kind of see what it sounds like. So I'll just put this on loop. And I'm going to start off with the dark right here, and I'm going to drive the input and then turn down the output. So there you go, get an idea. This is definitely a great plugin for adding onto your master bus. Obviously not driving it as hard. It's definitely a good idea to add it on parallel drums, excuse me, and that kind of thing. Really great plugin. We'll get on to the next one. So for tape saturation, man, I was always a fan of the Waves tape stuff, but I'm sorry to say, but this just kind of, does something completely different to what a Kramer tape would do. I forget what the newer Abbey Roads tape would do. Those are definitely nice and subtle, but this right here is absolutely nasty. So take a listen to this. So I've got this guitar right here, man, and you can just take a listen to it without any plugin on it. Alright, you get the idea, right? Nice, sweet guitar, but let's add some Deckwrecka on it. Now, you can go and read what Chris says about all of these plugins. I just, downloaded it as a mistake one day, and then I tried it out. And from what I understand, it's just like a broken vinyl player or something, but just listen to what it does to the overall sound. It is off. bypass. I mean, wow, just so much bass added to this signal. It's pretty much, in my opinion, saturated the whole signal, which just makes this plugin absolutely awesome. I mean, look what it's doing right here in the background. Just weird things are happening. We might as well put it up on the plugin doctor and see what is happening, because I haven't analyzed it yet. And I'm definitely getting my money's worth with, you know, my DDMF purchase right here. This is a great piece of software. So what would we be looking for? Deckwrecka. So let's see what would happen right here. Wreck it. And boom, as you can see right there, we just get an absolutely disgusting amount of non-linearity going on in the signal. The left and right signal is just jumping around, and we're just getting an amazing amount of bass boost, and you could definitely hear that with the guitar. So I'll just play you the second guitar I have right here as well, just so you can hear another piece of material. Oh, well, that's a clean sounding guitar. So definitely a real nasty piece of technology. Now what you could do to kind of just deal with the excessive bass is definitely just, you know, add a good old high pass filter onto it, and that way you can walk away with that destructive nature of the saturation, but then just also have it cleaned up so you can still have your drums kind of, you know, pulled through the mixer. You know, it went straight from, you know, that nice little acoustic in the garage to, you know, Narcos. You know what I mean? I can just imagine that loop playing, you know, at the beginning of Narcos or something like that. So that's an amazing plugin right there, Deckwrecka. Check that out. Air Windows, shout out Chris. And the next we're going to be running through are some pull Textile Equalizers. Okay, so what I have for you again is another Air Windows plugin, and I know they don't look the best, but it's all about the sound. And in my opinion, these Air Windows plugins are much better than some of the paid plugins you might find these days. And I am an owner of quite a lot of plugins. I'm a big fan of Plugin Alliance, big fan of the UAD, and you know, sometimes I get quite let down, man, by some of these plugins. You know, for example, the Trident. You know, it just doesn't do it for me these days, you know, with all this kind of stuff available. So yeah, you know, back Sandal curves, man, you know, definitely go research about that. These are the types of equalizing curves that you would find in a car stereo. You know, whenever you're seeing the bass boost, treble boost, you never see a mid boost, you know, and that's because we got this back Sandal thing going on. And you can definitely go and check out for yourself what these curves do. I mean, we might as well, I think I would have it over here. There we go. So on the bass and treble boost bass, we get a really nice pull Textile boost, which is pretty much a dip in the mid-range always, and then a boost in the bass, and then I'm pretty sure it would be vice versa on the other plugin. As you can see right there, I don't think I can revert it back to zero, but you know, treble boost, we get pretty much the opposite of that, and in my opinion, that is definitely what a pull tech would be doing in a sense. So yeah, I mean, you can take a listen, man. What I will do is we'll play the next example, and we have this pad right here, so we'll disable the rare. We'll run through that just now. Let's just put that on loop, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that bass is like really present, and I want to also pop out some of the high end of the synth, so that's what we'll try and achieve. But I mean, just listen to that, 3 dB, and we're just getting this crazy amount of bass. So let's try and pop out the treble a little bit. Absolutely amazing. I mean, we just get so much detail, so much lushness. Back Sandal curves are definitely very, you know, organic sounding. So that is amazing. What a great job right there on behalf of that, all in terms of that plugin. And yeah, we'll do the same thing on the Analog Obsession Rare. This is also a pull Textile clone or emulation, whatever you want to call it. So let's start off by just boosting the bass. yeah, I mean, we get a very similar sound. Even this one might even sound a bit more lush, but maybe that's also because, this has an interface in it. It's kind of making us perceive it as better. Let's try dip the bass a little bit. That's one thing we actually didn't do with the back sandal, so let's try that as well. Nonetheless, both of them are really amazing. I'm quite enjoying them. So let us try boost the top end as well. I think I was boosting... Very similar sound, both beautiful plugins, back sandal curves, always amazing. Yeah, check that out, man. Those are two really amazing plugins. You will find the download links in the description, both free. So yeah, next thing, man, a lot of people like the Waves S1 Imager, and that is also a really good plugin in my opinion. The default value is, we'll pull it up right here, man. We've got the S1, definitely one of my favorite Waves plugins. I'm always boosting it to about, 1.1, 1.11. That to me is amazing. But I found the Srsly plugin, which is a psychoacoustic stereo enhancer. Now, I do have a physical stereo enhancer right here, which is a SPL Vitalizer. Amazing piece of tech. Nothing, in my opinion, sounds better than that stereo enhancer. I also have a Fusion here, pretty cool as well. But within the software, man, I'm really happy with how the Srsly, I think it's called Srsly, plugin sounds. So what we'll do is we'll just play this piano loop and see if we can make it any wider. So as you can hear, we've got that melody in the background. We're going to try and push that even further to the sides. It's already quite wide, but I just, I was struggling to find something that would give us that example. So definitely adds a bit of expensiveness to the tone. I would definitely have to put some drums in the middle of that so I could hear the separation, but it definitely to me sounds a bit more expensive. So we might as well, since I pulled up that S1, we might as well just try and you know what I mean? To me, this definitely sounds more like my SPL. It sounds a bit more like, I don't know what. We might as well, let's pull up this as well, man. For the sake of this, just hopefully we hit 10 minutes. Advertising revenue. All right, let's try do this. This is similar to the old school one, in my opinion, still sounds better than this one, but we might as well try it out. See, this sounds similar to how it pokes out that kind of synth on the side there, definitely to this. This just has that tube, modeling on it, which I don't like, in my opinion. The SPL stuff with the tubes don't really sound too good, in my opinion. This one was still the solid state one, which sounds really cool. But yeah, this is amazing. Does what it's supposed to do. Amazing. Alright, so last but not least, man, we have some compression. And for compression, we're going to be using the Analog Obsession YALA. So this, to me, if you can't afford the CLA 76, you can't get any cool leveling amplifier style plugins. I don't know what this is modeling. I think it's modeling one of those. I think it's an Altec. I've never actually physically touched one, so I would not know. But to me, this is going to do compression. Alright, if you want compression done, we're going to do compression. So what we have right here is we've got Rasta Man right here, who is going to be doing some vocals. This is a loop pack I downloaded years ago, and we're going to be crushing this vocal. So let's see what we can do. So I'm just going to turn this off so you can hear what the vocal sounds like.
Behold how good and how pleasant it is for a brethren to dwell in love and unity in the international community. Oh, what a great day it will be when Jah's children shall be free. In a time of trouble, Jah will shelter us from our...
Alright, so, okay, you get the idea. It's a very dynamic vocal, well recorded, but let us crush it, okay? So, this is an interesting plugin, man. I think this sets the kind of internal threshold, per se. I know with the URI devices and that kind of thing, you can internally set the threshold, so I think this is similar to what's going on. To me, it just affects where the threshold of the compressor starts, so you'll see me mess around with this, but you can also obviously adjust the threshold, so let's just mess around with it. And then the attenuation is obviously just boost or reduce.
Behold how good and how pleasant it is for a brethren to dwell in love and unity in the international community. Oh, what a great day it will be when the children shall be free. In a time of trouble, Jah will shelter us from our enemy, and Jah will guide and protect in all aspects, whether respect, any kind of aspect. Because I would tell you, behold how good and how pleasant it is for a brethren to dwell in love and unity in the international community. Oh, what a great day.
So if it's crushing you want, crushing you get. I mean, this plugin does exactly that. We can try pop on some ad-libs as well. Let me just see if I can reset this plugin and everything. And then, you know, for example, ad-libs is obviously what you'd want to be compressing in live. So, you know, here you go. We've got some really dynamic ad-libs going on. So we'll try and compress those as well.
Oh, yeah. Tell about it. Oh, yeah. Tell about it.
So yeah, I mean, those are maybe these have been compressed already, but you know, we'll compress it even more to really tuck it down.
Oh, yeah. Tell about it. 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 Oh, yeah.
I mean, there you go. You know, it's compressing ready. We can even hear a bit of that headphone bleed, which is, you know, this is a really well recorded vocal. But anyway, hopefully, you know, you learned something in this video. Hopefully you found some plugins that you can go and use on your own tracks. Definitely some really high quality stuff is being put out these days. You know, we're definitely living in a really good time. So much good software available. You don't need to purchase software always in order to get a good sound. The stock stuff within your DAW sounds good. You know, the air window stuff sounds good. Analog Obsession sounds good. And, you know, comment below what plugins you're using that are free and I'll check them out. And yeah, hopefully you had a good time watching. Feel free to subscribe, like the video and all that. I'll check you out next time. Peace out.